Bad
Got
Wolf,
it.
what's up, bro?
What's up, my man? How's it going, brother?
Man, it's going great. So, man, I've just recently stumbled upon your music. You're on two new big ass shows. Yellowstone's
Yeah,
one of them, man. Your shit's popping off on there.
dude, insane, bro.
And
Insane right now for me.
I've been like, your genre of music is crazy to me, because it's hard to put you in a category, which is great because it makes you that much more unique.
Hell yeah, yeah. Dude, I didn't. You know what, man? It's so crazy because I always hated to be put in a box
Yeah.
because I've been into everything. Like everything appeals to me. If it's new to me, then I want to know more about it, and that kind of goes into like my music as well. You know what I mean? I didn't want to just be in one genre of music or like just talk about one subject. I think it's kind of boring, and it's like everything that you hear is me. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
everything. So
Well, it's,
yeah,
you got you and Wild the Coyote, man, and the mashups y'all do is that shit's so great to me. But I mean, if I had to, I don't even know where to put it, but it's like blues, hip hop. You got some outlaw country in there. I feel like you got some Texas country feel in there, and so
definitely.
the expansion of your fan base and each one of those genres appeal to me. So it's like, man, this is just mixing all the shit up. You know, the playlist you
Dang.
used to have where your playlist was all over the fucking place.
Yeah,
Mixing it
yeah,
all
yeah.
up now, bro. And it's all
It's
in one.
all in one,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
That's bro. I think my iTunes, like my Spotify playlist, is exactly like that. It's like all genres in one. And I was like, I want to do the same thing as far as music, man. Like I want to everything I listen to, I want to do it and put it out there for people. And I think the other day, man, I got this crazy ass message where this guy was like, bro, keep doing what you're doing. I think it touched me more because he's like, you're bridging the gap, like of all the shit that's going on in the world. You're like bridging it. You're kind of helping people understand other people and et cetera. And I'm doing that with my music. So that's kind of cool, you know? That's super exciting, you know? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, to get a text message like that, man, just blows my mind because you don't know. You just kind of focusing doing you all the time. And, you know, so you get messages and like people saying how cool you are, but
Yeah.
something like that message really meant something to me for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a good point too. I didn't even think of it like that, but it brings you basically bring people into like give them an intro on other things, you know, and they can take
Yeah,
off from there, which is I didn't even think about that, but that's a hell yeah, that's what's up.
yeah, dude, he told me that. Cause like, dude, I'm all over the place in the world, you know what I mean? And I've got people, and I know we're not gonna talk about that, but I got people who think differently. Let's say it like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure,
People
for
who think
sure. Yeah.
differently, right?
Yeah.
You know, because that's the reason why I kind of hate talking about certain things, but who thinks differently. But if I'm around one friend and they don't know about, you know, the other thing that's going on, it's kind of like I'm on that side too, and I can kind of help bridge that
Yeah.
gap as far as like explaining certain things or like breaking it down and like still being me and still being true to who I am. You know, it's kind of wrapping candy around medicine in a way.
Well, I like that mindset too, man, because honestly,
Yeah,
we can all have a difference of opinion and still get along. So I mean, that's
it.
where it's
That's it.
at.
You don't have to hate somebody because one person like McDonald's, another person
Nah,
is a Burger King fan. It's like
yeah.
it still serve burgers and fries, dog.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, look, man, tell me about how this started, because I mean, I I see you're involved in all kind of hobbies that interest me, but like tell me how the music game started at first and how it progressed into where you're at now.
Yeah, well, dude, I've always been into music since I was like a little kid. Rapping songs that I shouldn't be rapping and not knowing exactly what the fuck they're talking about. That always had the interest. And I had a cousin recently who passed away. He's like a big supporter of my shit, which is, you know, RIP to him. His name is Small Dog Lionel. But dude, he had a CD thing. I used to live with him when I was a kid, right? You know, and he had like a CD case of like all this music. And dude, the first one that I picked up was Project Pat, dude, Mr. Don't
Yeah,
Play.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I like picked it up and I had the CD. I was like, hey, dude, let me borrow this. He's like, all right, you know, he'll let me borrow for a week. But then I kept noticing that was like one of the only CDs. And then I was hooked on 3 6 Mafia and stuff like that. So like later down the line, started doing music. And I didn't really take it serious, but I was doing SoundCloud when SoundCloud first came out. Right. So I have a page on SoundCloud that I cannot get back into. Like I can't remember the login, but I've been pushing, like I've been doing these songs and people was making these dope comments and like, yo, this is sick, this is sick, this is sick. And then I started doing stuff with this is one of my closest friends, Black Boy Fame, right? So we started this thing called Fixie Goons. And that's when we started rapping about fixed gear bikes. People are like, fixed gear bikes? And it's like, yeah, man, it's a tough life. And people are like, I don't get it. And I'm like, well, what I was like picturing us doing this whole Fixie Goon stuff was just because you don't have a car,
Yeah.
don't let it stop you from being the person that you want to be or like becoming or like, don't let a girl say, well, you ain't got no car, like, I don't want to talk to you. And it's like, fuck that. Like, I got swag. Like, I'm rocking a bike that you don't know about and it's stunted out and I put a little cash into the money that I make. You know, it's more of like a confidence boost. Like, I'll still beat you up or have a good time with your friends type stuff. So Fixie Goon stuff is what I started doing. And then I just wanted to break away and started getting into other things, man, because at the same time, like I said, everything I'm talking about is kind of like real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I ended up buying like a 64 truck, like an old school 64 Ford F-100 truck. And I was into the whole rockabilly scene, you know what I mean? So I'm like walking like one of the only black kids in LA walking around with a fucking pompadour do-rag, like all tatted up and shit. People are like, what? You know, with the white walls on a car. And I started talking about like Johnny Cash. So that's how the whole Johnny Cash thing came out, because one is like, what black dude is out there talking about Johnny Cash? You know, it's just like you really don't see it. But I'm also looking at like there's other, and I hate to put race or anything in it, but like my thing was like, who did I have to look up to? It wasn't, you know, other than like Dennis Rodman, who was like different to the eye, you know, that appealed to the eye. So that was kind of my thing of doing the Johnny Cash. It's like, I want little kids to look up to me. It's like, damn, dude, he's like tattooed up. He got a sick vehicle and blah, blah, blah. And like, I have this confidence that, you know, I didn't used to have as a kid because I didn't have anyone to look up to or admire. So that's how the Johnny Cash thing came in. The whole Yellowstone thing is a story as far as like, so I'm doing Johnny Cash, the whole swag vibe, stuff like that. I did my 6'4", which is kind of like, a mashup of Eazy-E and Johnny Cash, like some super outlaw stuff. And people are like, how the fuck do you mix it? It's like, how the fuck do you mix it? And I'm like, man, if you listen to blues, you get people like Howlin' Wolf, which Bad Wolf. Some people be like, oh, Yellow Wolf this, and it's like, nah, I got Bad Wolf from Howlin' Wolf. You know what I mean? Because of the stories that he told, and he had that Backdoor Man song. You know what I mean? He's talking about smashing dudes' wives when they're, you know, when they're like at work. It's like that's my whole thing. Is Bad Wolf is supposed to be off of Howlin' Wolf like type stuff with the blues and sound. But I ended up meeting Taylor Sheridan at a show that we did that Pete Sands. I don't know if you know who Pete Sands is. He's like a really good friend of mine. He actually did a lot of stuff on Yellowstone. And he linked us. He told Taylor Sheridan about our music, and he ended up hosting an event in Park City, Utah. So they did a Sundance thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like fast forward because it's a long ass story.
Oh, good,
like,
man. You're good. We got time.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay. So they ended up doing Sundance in Park City, Utah, right? The day before we had a show that no one showed up to. And this is me and Coyote. We had a show no one showed up to, right? Like 0 people. And it was fucking freezing. And this is in Old Town Vegas, right? This is Old Town Vegas at this one bar. And the people were like, what? We don't have a band performing. Somebody told us we were supposed to be performing in Vegas. That was not the case, bro. But they was cool enough to let us go in the back. And this setup was sick, man. It was an 18-wheeler that was set up as a stage. And it had like these like wooden benches to be seats and stuff like that. It was a sick vibe, right? Crazy sound system, speaker. And this dude, man, I can't think of this guy's name, man. He's like he was like a rough. You could tell this motherfucker had been through some shit in life. Dude had like one eye, long hair. That motherfucker can rock out though. You know what I mean? Like living in Old Town Vegas. Dude probably like got stabbed a couple of times, bro. And he just let us practice, bro. He let us practice until we were fucking done. I think we were practicing our set for about maybe 2 to 3 hours, bro, nonstop, just going over. And it's like, dude, we got the sound, let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. And so we did. Next day, Pete had this show. We drove up to Salt Lake City, Utah at the State Room. It's on State Street in Utah, kind of close to downtown outskirts. And Taylor Sheridan was there. And so he's like walking around, he comes around and stuff. I'm like, damn, this dude he looks mad familiar. Like, who is this guy? And he just had this presence about him, dude. This presence is like, I don't know, man. He like you be around him. He was you just start smiling, dude. He just made you happy. You're like, he came and like picked me up. Dude he's a real cowboy.
Yeah.
If you don't know, do you know Taylor Sheridan?
Yeah, he's the writer for Yellowstone, lives in Texas.
The writer for Yellowstone, right? Yeah. So I met this guy. I had no idea. I'm like, holy shit. And then dawned on me. I'm like, and this is after the show, but it dawned on me. I was like, this is a dude from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Looked in the magazine, saw his picture there and everything. But we did this show, killed this show. And it was sold out, which was insane because we come from doing a show with 0 people to a sold out show. So you just never know how shit is, right? Yeah. And did this thing, and he's like, he want to buy music from us. And it was like, yeah, all right. Like the last guy just told us we had a show and nobody was there. And then you're telling us you want to buy our music. I'm the type of person, man, like it takes action for me to like believe you. Like when people tell me shit all the time, I don't get too excited when people tell me things like, I want to do this for you. I want to do this for you. It's kind of like they just make it happen, you know? Yeah. You can just tell the difference. And that was the thing. So we did get a call from Paramount, and that was for Yellowstone. But when they couldn't even tell us it was Yellowstone. So I think the first time hearing about it, I'm like, Yellowstone, like, you about to put my music to like buffaloes and shit, right? I'm thinking like National Geographic shit, right? Like, fuck, like, I mean, if it pays the bills, fuck it. I guess I'll be on Discovery Channel, National Geographic, or whatever, you know? And then I start seeing billboards in LA, man. With Kevin Costner, I was like, oh shit. So we get invited to do to walk the red carpet, Paramount and shit like that, right? And fuck, sure enough, no fuck, here comes Kevin Costner. And I'm like, bro, Waterworld, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, dude, Braveheart and all these fucking other hits and shit that he has, dude. And my mom is a huge fan. So I invited my mom. She was my fucking date to Paramount, so she got to see Kevin Costner. She's pretty stoked about that shit. Yeah. So the funny shit about it was we were supposed to be on the first season. Now, a lot of people don't know. They won't know about the 2 TV shows, right? I mean, the connection that they have. I know them, but I mean, to me, it's kind of funny. So in season 1 of Yellowstone, my song Johnny Cash is supposed to be in the strip club, right? And supposed to play it in the strip club. Was kind of funny. Mayor of Kingstown, my song is played in the strip club.
Yes, and that's a good ass show, bro. I'm hooked on that too. Damn.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking. I watched. Yeah, like Mayor of Kingstown is like. Yeah. It's kind of like Training Day, dude. You can tell Training Day and Yellowstone, like,
it's got some Ray Donovan vibes too. You know that show? It's got that vibe too, like the cleaner vibe and shit. You know?
Yeah. Dude, he's pretty sick at that, man. Yeah. He's pretty good at that stuff. Yeah, so that's kind of how that happened. But they end up shelving Johnny Cash first season, and ended up buying 3 songs in the second season. So it's like, yeah. Same thing with Mayor Kingstown. They bought 3 songs. So Johnny Cash is the first episode, and I think the other 2 is like episode 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be looking for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited too. Pretty excited.
So, no, that's a crazy ass story. And yeah, just what did that show, Yellowstone, what it's done for just all demographics and background of people watching, like visiting this like Midwestern, like you, and being that Taylor was on Sons of Anarchy too, like this Midwestern outlaw vibe, you know, and people dig this shit, man. They're loving it, and it's great.
They love it
too, man.
They love it, dude. Everyone loves it. It's funny. I hear people talking about it, and I'm like, don't say anything. I'm like, I don't like, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But I just hear it like, dude, have you seen Yellowstone? And it's cool because people always gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was late to Sons of Anarchy and ended up binge watching the whole fucking season.
Damn.
And it was like, Yeah, and then it's like, oh shit, my boy Yellow Wolf is on the fucking on Sons of Anarchy. Like
Yeah.
his music got plays on Sons of Anarchy. You know what I mean? That's kind of tight. It's badass. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the same thing that's happened to me as well. You know?
Oh man, it's great. Hell, you're almost at like 1 million views now. I mean, streams now on Spotify. I noticed that too, which is congratulations, bro. Shit.
Thank you, man.
That shit
Thank
don't
you.
come. That shit does not come easy. I don't care who you are. Don't come easy.
Nah, it don't come easy, bro. It's funny, man. I was kind of beefing with this one dude and shit. Because I personally feel it's like me up and coming and kind of doing my own thing. Like I only have one feature with Yellow Wolf, you know, and I did one tour with them, but my whole catalog ain't filled with like a bunch of music artists, you know, or big artists who are bigger than me to where I can get that streaming platform.
Right.
So I kind of been pushing that shit on my own. You know what I mean? It's the long way. It's taking a long way around, but at the same time, my shit's gonna last. You know, like I know that sometimes it's like frustrating, but now I'm starting to see it, and it's like, dude, on that million, dude, I'm gonna be happy because that Johnny Cash is zero features, and maybe one playlist that is on. You know what I mean? Other people put their shit on other playlists and stuff and get those streamings up and are paid for it at like certain services. I don't, you know, all my shit is like real and like natural.
Yeah, and you're independent, unsigned, and you're doing this shit like that. There's a lot to what you just said, which is, you know, for some people who may not be familiar with the industry, but there's a lot to just riding the wave up of being featured on albums other than just putting it out yourself, you know?
Yeah, it's hard work, man. It's tough in that aspect because people don't see it. Like they're just like, oh, well, your shit ain't booming now, or this and that. And it's like, you know what? Just keep pushing and keep doing you. And like eventually it's a snowball effect. It's gonna eventually happen, dude. Yeah. It's like inevitable. Like I've never seen not one artist that, even if they're fucking terrible in somebody's eyes, not be successful if they like keep going. Like it's kind of, they always blow up eventually, dude. Even if they fucking like terrible, you know, they just blow up.
I mean, yeah. I mean, eventually you keep doing the same thing and you find your zone, find your sound. I mean, you just double down on that shit. How did you find your sound, bro?
Dude, I just mix everything that I listen to. And to be honest, I used to hate my fucking voice. I thought my voice was so like, especially as a kid, I used to hear myself talking on the phone or like.
Oh, I hate mine, bro. You hear my accent? I hate mine too.
But that's what made us. Like that was made me. That's my signature, is my voice now. So I like started using that, and then you know you get into other different styles, and it's like, all right, well, rapping too fast ain't me. I can do it a little bit, but I personally don't think it sounds dope with my type of voice. So it just took me like a lot of practice and a lot of like hopping on tracks that don't, like I thought would sound good, don't sound good at all, and songs that sound great that I'm like, all right, cool, like, you know what I mean? So the more you doing your craft, you're kind of perfecting it as you go. That's kind of how I found my sound, you know, my style, and just that. And as far as like the beat and everything else, is just everything I listen to. I listen to everything from Rage Against the Machine, dude, to, you know what I mean? Like everything, dude. Johnny Cash, of course, like Willie Nelson, like all these different genres of music. It's like I'm just trying to combine it and do it. Even with the grunge rock, like rap shit that I'm, you know, been recently putting out.
Well, I mean, because I like, and you got like Ask Your Bitch. I think that's great too. Like,
yeah,
that's more just, you know, more on the hip hop side. But like, what are you getting? What are you getting like feels from other hip hop artists or anything? You getting any like support, blowback? What you getting there?
I honestly feel that, you know, it's a crazy thing. Like there's a couple artists that do support me, but I'm still up and coming. So some of them are like, you're tight, but they're not going to acknowledge me, bro.
Right.
You know, like that's just what it is, bro. And that's what I was going back before, as far as like talking about artists and like arguing with streaming and this and that. Is like an artist now will see my shit and take from me, or like take what I have going on and use it for their advantage because I'm not as big as them right now.
Yeah.
That's just been happening a lot to me lately, which is cool, bro. It's like, I mean, it's more flattering than anything, but you know what I'm saying? You can always look at the timestamp of when somebody puts something out.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I mean, as long as you, like you just mentioned earlier, as long as you stay the course, it don't matter. That shit's gonna surpass.
It don't matter, bro.
Their little, you know, that one little plug they may pull from you, it's going to surpass that eventually. So you want to
always, bro. It always do. That's why you got to remain humble. Because I tell you this right now, I never talk shit about an up and coming artist or like take from them and not put them on.
Yeah.
That shit will bite you in the ass, dude.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you blow up and then they blow up and they come back. I mean, yeah, of course. Well, what about this? What about this? Man, what's up with you're in the like motorsports world, in the moto world. I see you in the, riding some bulls. I'm like, shit, I dig this dude. And you got the Dale Earnhardt blanket behind you, bro. Tell me about that. Tell me about
the blanket,
what you know about NASCAR, bro. What you know
bro,
about?
I was a kid, always in a NASCAR. All right, I'm gonna tell you how I fucking got into it. The movie Days of Fucking Thunder with Tom Cruise got me into fucking NASCAR, bro. And my dad had that shit on VHS, and I popped it in, and Cole Trinkle was like the man, right? And I was just like got into NASCAR. So honestly, that if it wasn't for that movie, I wouldn't even been in a NASCAR. So then when I started watching NASCAR, obviously as a kid, I'm seeing Dale Earnhardt, and I'm just like, oh my God, like this dude is fucking badass. Got the black
Johnny
car.
Cash in NASCAR, bro. Johnny Cash
bro,
in NASCAR,
he is, dude. He is, bro. You know what I mean? And like, and dude, I just remember like growing up in the rivalry between him and Jeff Gordon and shit like that too, dude. So to me, that was a whole thing in its own. It's like now we got Bubba Wallace. There was Willard T. His name was Willie T. He's probably one of the only other black NASCAR dudes that a lot of people don't even know about, but he was a badass, but he had to like face so many obstacles because he, you know how shit was back in the days. But yeah, dude, like that got me into fucking NASCARs, and I still watch it to this day, dude. And Dale, man, praise Dale, dude. That's how I got into it. And it's so crazy because people are like, how the fuck do you get in? Or because I'm from LA. I'm from the city. You know what I mean? And it's like my dad is from the Midwest. He's from St. Louis originally. So like as a kid growing up, every summer, my parents, they divorced when I was young. My mom sent me off to my dad. My dad like fucking, St. Louis or Mississippi and like Alabama, and like took me to these areas, San Antonio and stuff like that.
That's where that soul come from, bro. That's where that soul come from.
That's where the soul came from, bro. And the cowboy boots and stuff like that is like seeing it, being around it, like actually when then going back to LA and looking like a weirdo. But then when I go somewhere else, it like wasn't weird, Yeah.
Well, bro, no, that's crazy. I was wondering, I was like, man, how does this work? I like it though. I mean, that's what's up. And then you got that song too, and I was like, damn, look at this.
They do it for Dale.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So do it for Dale, bro. I growing up in LA, right? My dad was pissed off at me. So he gave me a car, and I sold it, and I bought a Camaro. So I had a fucking matte black Camaro with rims on that shit, bro. I fucking put a rear end in that motherfucker. And I used to just do donuts in the middle of the street, bro. Like me and my homies, like, would just do car club and stuff. I was part of a car club. So that was me kind of like reminiscing on doing those things and like going in the middle of an intersection, busting donuts, being stupid, getting pulled over by cops. Like I lost my license at one point, you know what I mean? Running from police. So yeah, that's what like the do it for Dale shit came from. You know what I mean? Like, and growing up in LA, man, it's crazy. Growing up, there was a huge, I want to know, I want to see if it's going to come back. But a lot of the cars, they were doing like the Monte Carlos, Camaros, El Caminos, were the cars that always got put over in LA. They used to do like the whole NASCAR stickered out shit on their car.
They did it over here too. Yeah, they did it over here too.
Yeah, they used to do it. And I feel like it's going to come back, dude. And I might end up bringing it back, bro. And just saying, fuck it.
Why not?
Why not, bro? Well, I'm moved. I'm not in LA no more. So I feel like I can do that and get away with it. But in LA, dude, I used to get pulled over all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Like the cops used to pull me over, pop your hood and what you got under there. Cause I used to straight pipe my pipe. I used to take out the Cadillac converter, straight pipe it, dump it on the bottom. So that
they don't play with that shit in Cali either.
Nah, bro. They don't fuck around with that shit at all, dude. I was getting tickets for every fucking thing there was. So that was that do it for Dale, you know what I mean?
So you where you at now? What area you in?
I'm in Utah now. I'm moving to Utah. I packed my shit up from LA and moved to Utah.
Nice, okay. You like it there, bro?
I love it, bro.
Like the shift of the I don't know, man. I feel like the busyness, are you able to focus more being away from all that?
Dude, it's kind of in between. That's the reason why I like it. LA is very fast paced, man. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I know is like get up, go, hustle. You gotta have 2 jobs, you know what I mean? Grinding, renting's fucking high as shit. You can't park nowhere. Fucking parking suck, you know what I mean? I was living in fucking Hollywood too. Utah is much of a kind of in between, man. They still got the city and it's growing, but then it's also, you got the outback stuff and I can go hunting and fishing and stuff. It's literally like my personality. LA was just only one and I was traveling out to do everything. You know what I mean? When I go ride bulls, I'm traveling out almost 2 hours to my homie's ranch to go ride bulls. And here I can just like in the back doors, bro. It's
Well,
just like
tell me
there.
about that. How did you get into that?
All right, my boy Mark. Dude, we just always going out. He's like one of my best friends, man, like a brother. But one thing about Mark, man, he will push you and he'll push you in a good way. He only push you to do better or like to see you do shit. You know what I mean? He's never negative or anything like that. But one day we just started like drinking and shit because he got this fucking ranch now, which is amazing. And he's like, yo, man, we just started talking about bulls, bro. I was kind of drunk. I was kind of lit, We were just like going back and forth, talking shit like brothers, like we always do, right? And I was like, fuck that. Like, I'll jump on a bull. He's like, no, you won't. I was like, fuck you. Yeah, I would. And then in my head, I was like, probably not. Right? And then so he's like, all right. And then we kept partying. So the next day, knocking on the door, because he has like a back house and shit, he, like knocking on the door and he fucking has breakfast. And he's like, bull lessons at 12. And I'm like, oh, what? Like, this shit's really going down. And he took me to AK Bucking Bull. That's in California. It's like outskirts of Temecula.
Okay.
I believe it's like in Temecula in California. And they're trying to give me bull riding lessons the first time. And I'm just like, fuck, looking at this bull. And I get on this bull, man. I didn't even last like a second, bro. I think that motherfucker, they released the gate, bro. He came out, he hit a right. And they told me to like lean forward. You got to really sit on your hand and shit like that. It's like techniques to it. And I think everything that they taught me just went out of my head. It's like, holy shit, I'm on the fucking bull. That's the only thing that I thought about it. And instead of like looking down, I looked up. That motherfucker took right, and then I just fucking just fly off left, landed flat on my back. So I'm hurt, dude. I couldn't even get up, right? Damn. I was like, if the bull hit me, it hits me, whatever. But in my head, I was like, that was probably the coolest shit I have ever fucking done in my life. And I'm addicted. Now it's like, let's fucking do it. I don't want to be a pro or anything like that, but it's something fun to do, man. Have a couple of beers with your boys and you fucking go out there and ride some bulls, It's pretty cool, like life experience. And it just, it's you'll have more respect for bull riders once you get your ass on a bull and understand what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I saw that shit. Like, I stumbled upon you. I was like, because, man, I only have people on the podcast that I'm actually interested in. Like, this ain't no media shit where I'm like, okay, we're going to ask these set of questions and all that bullshit. I'm like, I can fuck with this dude. I got to hit him up and see if he wants to come on.
Yeah.
This dude.
Bro,
and then the motorcycle vibe. So what about that, man? You in that too?
Yeah, dude. I used to work for Mark as well, but I've been riding like motorcycles. Like, that's kind of been my lane, It's like I had a chopper and then I ended up getting a Dyna and start doing like club style stuff. I was in a chopper scene for a bit. But I started doing stuff with Mark, which I met Mark doing the first show at a Slump Fest with Yellow Wolf. That's how I met Mark. He's like, holy shit, you're a black cowboy. And I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? And then we started fucking like, we got super close. But just being like, just going to events and like riding with my friends and boys and just grabbing food and stuff like that has kind of been a lifestyle. And like, that's what I want to include in my music. So me talking about it and also being around these people, hanging out with them, it kind of just became this whole thing of like me doing like this Harley Davidson stuff. Like, I even did a show with like Mama Tribe in Milwaukee, Harley Davidson, like got flown out and stuff. That was, kind of cool. And then I ended up getting like the Harley Davidson tattooed in the back of my head. So now it's like this whole thing where like people are like, holy shit, Harley Davidson let me like use one of their bikes and that shit got jacked. They're pretty pissed off about that.
Damn.
But, yeah. So it just became this whole thing that just just kept going. It's like, oh, Harley Davidson, and I just like watch my Harley slide, you know.
Yeah, no, bro, I like that, man. I fuck with. I was. Shit, I
Thank
rode
you.
with the MC for a couple years, man, and I
Hell
realized
yeah.
that wasn't for me. But I rode. I've been riding since I was old enough to ride, and Dyna Super Glides what I rode for a long time. But next
Hell
bike I
yeah.
get is probably gonna be a street glide, man. I like those, man.
Dude, that's what I had, man. The street
Yes.
glides, they're nice, bro. They're fucking sick. And I was one of those dudes that was like, fuck baggers, fuck a radio, fuck that
Yeah,
until I
yeah,
got
yeah,
on one.
yeah, yeah. You can't
I
have a
was just like,
windshield and a fucking full face, none of that, man. You can't
yeah,
have none of
yeah.
that shit. No, no sissy bar. If you want to
No,
ride back here, you
sissy.
about to be uncomfortable as fuck. Shit.
Yeah, yeah. Now just like, damn, that
Nope.
shit's kind of tight.
Give me a fare and give me everything. Shit, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
good. I've
Yeah,
been there.
for
I know
real.
about that for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's just
dude.
hilarious. You know, you just change your mind. It's like, damn, now I got saddlebag. I don't have to wear a backpack no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
You fucking with any kind of motocross stuff, or I see you got some, you in that world
yeah,
too a little bit.
hell yeah, hell yeah. I'm like friends with Twitch and shit like that. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool, man. Yeah, dude. Dude, it's funny because I actually like grew up wanting to be like Mark McGrath and shit like that, and like watching Twitch and Scummy. So I kind of always like ever since I was a kid, I've always been a motorcycle. And my neighbor, his dad bought him a 110. So as a kid, so I was kind of already riding them on the streets. Not really dirt because it's different on dirt for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot different. But yeah, dude, I've always had this fascination of like riding motorcycles. Like it's always been an interest of mine since I was a kid, you know.
Have you wrecked one yet, bro?
Have I wrecked one? I wrecked not, it wasn't my fault, but yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
it normally isn't, but like they always say there's two kind of riders, bro. One that's wrecked and one that's going to.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, bro. It's inevitable.
Hey, yes, that's inevitable. I mean, the first one like snapped my bike in half. I should have been dead. I T-boned the car. See, that's the thing. Like in LA, man, riding a chopper without a front brake is like a huge no-no. And that's what I was doing. I was like more on some like, I'm the cool guy, bro. You know, I was rocking around like it was a Yamaha XS650 that was like fully built out, custom frame, everything was custom. It was nice, man. And this car cut me off and I T-boned and it snapped the front of my bike in half. Dude.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I got up, walked away, and like try to fight the dude and shit. And I was like, holy shit, I just got in an accident. But yeah, man. That is true. Yeah, I kind of always been into motorcycles though, for sure. Like always been into like riding two wheels or fast cars, dude. I've always been into like boy things as a kid. You know, I was into Hot Wheels and motocross, throwing dirt rocks and playing with like toy guns. And that's all I am. I'm like still that kid, man. I'm still
Well, I mean,
into
it's
all
funny,
that stuff.
and I ain't brought that up yet. We could talk about your firearms and use of that and like all that shit, because I saw you post the other day talking about people hit me up making sure that I know the laws and all that bullshit.
Bro, and all the time they like say stupid shit. Well, I had to block a couple of people because a couple of them was like, oh yeah, well you got an extended clip. Oh, aren't you in California? And it's like, no, like right now I'm not in California, but like why would you even say that shit anyway? You know what I mean? Like, are you fucking Instagram police and shit like that? You know what I mean? Like, calm down. You just got too many people, man. It's just like, I don't know if they just want to like, they got like little PPs or something and they just want to do like, one dude told me, oh, stop holding the gun on ghetto. And I was like, how am I holding the gun on ghetto? I was like, I have trigger discipline, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like, where? And then he sent me a picture of me holding a shotgun, legal, and a bag of weed. I'm like, bro, I'm in California. Everything about this picture is legal, bro. Like you trying to like tell me not to hold a gun ghetto. Like the muzzle's not pointing at anyone, finger's not on the trigger, and I got a bag of fucking weed. Everything is legal in this photo. But what makes it, I was like, this is kind of funny. So what I did was I like played with him a little bit. And I was like, don't make me say it. Like, what make me hold the ghetto? Is it because I'm ... And he's like,
shut up then, didn't he?
He's like, don't make it no race thing. I was like, no, I was gonna say because I'm a rapper. I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, because I'm a rapper, is it the reason why you like felt the need to like tell me I don't know how to use guns and shit like that? You know, people are just weird, man. People just want to hear himself talk and shit like that, you know?
Yeah, man, it's one of those things, bro. It's like keyboard ninjas, man. But when you get a face to face, you're not gonna say shit. Everybody wants to play off everyone else's attention because they don't have anything going on in their life, which is,
Yeah,
you know, it sucks for them, you know, but use someone else as their, you know, their
bro.
source of attention and negativity, man.
Yeah, I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen one person who said anything negative like doing something great with their lives.
No,
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, and no, like, no offense to like people with kids or anything like that, because even those people sometimes got a lot going on and they're doing something, but they don't have the time to hate on the next person.
No.
It's just no fucking reason. You know what I mean? There's no reason at all to like hate on the next person and like say stupid shit. I've never went on somebody's page. I mean, sometimes I troll when I see like a funny video posted. That's completely different from like going and was like saying like, "Oh, fuck you," and "you ain't shit," or "stop doing this," blah blah blah. And it's like, shut up, man. Shut up.
Yeah, man. I mean, the it's just something we've had to deal with, and it's like the attention. It's like someone wants the attention is power now, right? Attention is a weapon. It's not, you know, it's not like it used to be. Now we use these platforms to cause damage to others, you know, and it's fucking beautiful. But at the same, on the flip side of it, you can use these platforms for awareness, positivity, you know, sharing stuff like what you got going on, sharing stuff what other people got going on.
Yeah,
that's what this shit's for. That's what we created it for, you know.
That's what we created it for. And I think people turn it to some other shit, man. It shouldn't be like that, you know. People are getting stressed out, and dude, I mean, it sucks when like people are like taking their lives away because of what people are doing to them on social media, you know. And it's not supposed to be like that.
No, it is.
You know,
it sucks, man. But I mean, I feel like as long as I like your attitude and what your point on it, you know, and more people like this that just say, hey, man, if you're hating, get the fuck out. You know, I'm not even giving you attention. Let's just move forward, because that's what they want, man. And it grows. You know, I try.
I'm not gonna lie. And sometimes I can be real petty, man. And sometimes I'll talk shit back. It's like,
well, it's hard not to, man. It's hard not to, but like, fuck,
people got to understand that. People got to understand it's like we're all human beings. Like, we're all fucking the same thing. And you know, people will be like, "Oh, you're famous." No, motherfucker, I'm not famous, bitch. Like, I am not famous. I got time to talk shit today because you felt like you wanted to hop on my shit and talk shit to me. You know?
Hell yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Well, so yeah, I mean, so when I asked you all those things about your like all these hobbies and interests, I feel like it's more of a melting pot now to let everyone know like what it is, how everything you have mixes together. Like you got a little bit of this whole damn
everything.
Nature,
dude. I mean, like, so in LA, bro, like this is back in the days when I used to skateboard and do all this shit, right? I'm like from LA, I'm from Venice, I'm like a West Side kid and stuff like that. Dude, I mean, back in the days, dude, I remember I couldn't mix my friends. Like, I could not mix my friends. Like if I'm in the hood playing basketball and doing this, they're not gonna connect with my friends that are skating.
No,
they're not. There's no way. Or I got friends who their parents are cowboys and they do this and they do certain things that is different. They're not gonna connect with my friends that are skaters either, or my friends that was playing basketball. So like, because I was raised in a single household as far as my mom, and I had like friends of all different cultures, I used to just run around different houses and experience these different things. You know what I mean? And it was kind of back then, you kind of like kept it. It's not a secret. You just knew that you just couldn't mix your friends. Nowadays, it's like, fuck it, man. Like, why not mix everything? Why not throw everything together? Because this is who I am. And I know now, because social media, that there's other people exactly like me who's into all these fucking things and not just one thing, and like closed-minded about other things as well, you know? So that kind of helped me like get my music out and like push it and like dress a certain way. And sometimes I'll wear basketball shorts and cowboy boots, or, you know, have a whole cowboy outfit on, or sometimes I just got a whole sweatsuit outfit on, or put a ski mask on. It's like, just fuck it, do it all. Fuck it. Why not? Like, it's one life to live, you know what I mean? And the more confidence you have in doing it, people are like, all right, that's just pretty tight.
No, man, it really is, bro. And like you fell right into this, you fell right into the slum culture, and then you got the all the rap shit. It means well, man. It really does. And I dig what you and Coyote are doing too on these tracks. Like I just love how it meshes all up. Like it's the perfect balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we make movies.
Yes,
we make movies. I feel like when I do stuff, it's crazy. Like when I do stuff with him, that's when you get that movie soundtrack type shit. That's how he is. He's a really good writer. He's a really good, you know, he has a really good voice and shit like that as well. same thing. I can do the same thing, but then sometimes like you're ignorant and like do shit like ask a bitch. But like that shit.
No, I like that shit though. I like that shit.
Yeah.
Dude. It reminds me of some Too Short or some shit, man. I like it.
Yeah.
It's got that vibe. You know what I mean? That vibe. That,
Yeah.
like, cause the way rap is went now, like everyone has their own opinion, but I'm not as crazy about it as I was in the 90s, dude. I fucking love it. You know?
Well, I just want to bring that back. That's the way like some of the comments that people said, somebody said, I think someone said something like Bad Wolves is that one student that the teacher called to read in class. Somebody can't read.
We all know that one kid, bro.
Yeah, I was that one kid, whatever. But dude, I do that on purpose because everyone wants to rap the same or have the same cadence. So like, do that, which some of them is cool, man. Don't get me wrong, but it's like slow down, have some fun with it. Like switch up your cadence, like rap slow, rap like you do say ABC 1, 2, 3, and then switch it up and go back. It's like not the only style, but people wouldn't understand that, you know. And then the whole like turquoise on my fingers, ask your bitch. And I don't know if people even caught the fact that I said, if you don't think I'm hard, ask your bitch. Yeah. Like I'm fucking your girlfriend, like my dick is hard. Ask her if I'm hard or not, you know? I don't know if people actually like caught that. They're just like, you think I'm hard? And go and ask your bitch. It's like, nah, like I'm fucking your girlfriend. Because you think my style is so lame.
That Jody. Got the Jody.
Yeah.
No, bro. I really like it, dude. I like
Thank you.
I like everything you're doing right now. I'm super excited. I'm gonna stay paying attention, dude, and be here for sure. Man. And hopefully all my audience does too. Man, before we wrap this thing up, do you have any kind of plugs you want to throw out there? Any last words or anything?
Oh, you hit me with that. Dude, I just want to say, well, one, thank you for inviting me on the show. I really appreciate that. I love doing podcasts and stuff like that. Hit me up whenever you want to. I want you, if you haven't seen it, I want you to watch Yellowstone, Mayor of Kingstown. Shout out to Taylor Sheridan. That dude don't even have a social media. That's how hard he works.
Yeah.
But yeah, do that. If you haven't seen the Slum Mafia, if you haven't got the Slum Mafia album with DJ Paul and Yellow Wolf, I'm also featured on that. If you haven't checked that out. Other than that, good, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Well, everyone, please subscribe to the podcast and thank you today, bro. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.